Hello and welcome to a special broadcast on Firstpost. Bangladesh remains on edge as the country awaits the verdict against former Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina in a high-profile crimes against humanity case. With the Awami League calling for a nationwide lockdown and security tightened across major cities, all eyes are now on the International Crimes Tribunal in Dhaka. And to help us understand what to expect from the verdict, we are joined by Mohammad Arafat, who is an former information minister and central leader of the Bangladesh Awami League. So, welcome to Firstpost. The Bangladesh International Crimes Tribunal is now set to deliver its verdict against former Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina on the 17th of November. What's your first reaction to that?
Well, thank you for your question. The International Crime Tribunal that has been reconstituted, I would say, it is basically a farce. It is a sham because all the prosecution team, if you look at it, they're all politically linked, especially the chief prosecutor, who was before the defense lawyer of the war criminals who committed war crimes. Collaborating with the Pakistani army back in 1971. So this chief prosecutor is directly linked with Jamaat-e-Islami and their offshoot, the AP party. So it's a politically motivated team. Those who are basically working on with a revenge project against the daughter of the father of the nation, Sheikh Hasina, basically. And if you look at the judges, one of the judges is directly linked with the BNP politics, the Bangladesh Nationalist Party. Those who happen to be the opposition, our rival political party. And his name is Barrister Shofiul Alam Mohammad. He never performed as a judge. He was appointed as a judge in the High Court only 6 days before he was placed into the International Crime Tribunal. So basically, it's a group of people. It's all the political people, and they have all political motivation. They're just carrying out a sham trial. That is what they're doing. And even they did not allow Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina to, appoint any lawyer in her defense. And the state has appointed a lawyer, and even that defense lawyer for Sheikh Hasina is also kind of their people. So it's all of their group of people. They're showing it off to the people under the guise of a trial, and it is very clear now. And it's in absentia how it is possible so quickly. They can come out with a verdict. Is it possible? So just think about it. So Prime Minister, in her interview with many international media and some of the Indian media as well, she clearly said that she wouldn't mind facing these charges in the international court, ICC. But she said she challenged also Yunus and his the associates that if they have the courage and the guts to take this trial to the ICC, but they wouldn't do it. You know why? Because they cannot control the proceedings in the international body. That's why they are just basically staging this drama in the guise of trial, and they're doing all this. So we really do not want to pay any attention on, make any comment on this sham trial. And we know it's a predetermined, basically the verdict that is going to come. They just want to do it, showing off to the world that as if they're delivering justice, but it is not happening there.
So the Awami League was banned in May this year under the country's Anti-Terrorism Act. Are you trying to reverse the ban by taking to the streets in Dhaka?
Yes, Awami League has never acknowledged it, that they have been banned. Because who are they to ban a party like Awami League? Bangladesh exists because of the struggle of Awami League. And all these people are banning Awami League, abusing this law, illegally doing it. They're illegal themselves. This government headed by Yunus, it do not have any constitutional mandate or popular mandate whatsoever. They have just captured the power illegally. So they have no right whatsoever. So we did not even acknowledge it. The way we want to say it is basically they're using this law and this banning thing as a tool to suppress Awami League. But we will fight back with the support of the people. Because this country came into existence because of the struggle of Awami League for many years. And people in different parts of the country, from different quarters, different professions, people have this support for this party. And because this is how they see the country to be, what Awami League envisioned for these people, right? So naturally, it is not going to be possible to ban Awami League and keep it suppressed and then, eventually get it exterminated from the political landscape of Bangladesh. It's not simply possible. So the more they will try to do it, the more there'll be a repercussion. And what you've been watching it. So what is our objective is, with the people, we will, move toward the path of a peaceful solution to make sure that we have a free, fair, participatory and an inclusive election. Why? For the interest of a peaceful democratic transition in the country. So the people are empowered and the people of the country can elect their own government. This is exactly what we want to do. And we want everyone to participate in the election. Let the people decide. As simple as that.
So continuing on the lines of protests, what if tensions escalate and lead to more violence? Would your party call off the protests?
See, we're not going to call off anything until we see an inclusive election. And until we see an environment has been created to hold an inclusive election where the administration is going to be behaving neutrally. Until we see that, the professors, the cultural activists, people from different parts of life, they have been, implicated with false charges and sent to jail. Journalists, how many journalists are in the jail? So the way they're running the country, if we don't do anything, if we do not protest, if we just sit idle, do nothing, then the country is going to go down the drain. There'll be a disaster waiting for the people of this country even more. So this protest is basically to bring back the peace, to bring back the discipline, to bring back the security for the people of the country, to bring back the democratic process, and to bring back the government elected by the people of this country. So we have to continue doing this.
So you are saying even if the violence escalates, you will continue the protests even when lives are put at risk?
So the thing is, what do you expect us to do? Just get suppressed and getting killed? In the 15 months of Yunus rule, more than 500 of Awami League people, they have been killed. Extrajudicial killing. 32 of the Awami League activists, they have been killed in the police custody. More than 50 people have been the victim of the extrajudicial killing. Thousands of hundreds and thousands of people are in the jail. So we should let this happen, continue to happen, and let's allow them to just, ban Awami League, stop other political parties to come to the election, putting everyone in jail, and then just, go ahead with a rigged election and pre-arranged election and put the Islamists in power. So do you think that we should just allow them to do all of this? Because people of the country don't want us to do it. They want us to lead them to the process of, protesting this all kind of injustice and then eventually bring back the peace in the country.
So the UN human rights investigators say the Hasina government used deadly violence to hold on to power. The UN team said an official policy to attack and violently repress anti-government protesters had been directed by political leaders and senior security officials under Hasina. Are they wrong?
They're absolutely wrong. And why UN is wrong, I'll tell you why. How long has it been since UN released that 1,400 people got killed during July, August? How long has it been? It has been more than 8 months. They haven't been able to release the names of those people. Why not? If 1,400 people were killed, then there has to be some names and identities. They should have some family members. Where are those people? So Yunus government could barely find out 800 people. UN said 1,400. So you can see the difference here in the numbers. And the 800 people that Yunus government came up with, they haven't been able to reveal the identity of those people. Many of those people are our people who got killed by the people who infiltrated into the protest and all the jihadists and extremists, those who killed our people. So you need to do a proper analysis. And for that, our government, Sheikh Hasina's government, constituted a judicial commission because we wanted to have an impartial investigation. So why Yunus missed out this opportunity to investigate this impartially in the last 15 months? Why are they using this only as a weapon to suppress opposition, Awami League, instead of truly impartially investigating it and bring the genuine, real perpetrators to book and giving justice to the victim and victim families? Why didn't they do it? So this tells you, I mean, these are all the words. There's some rights organization says this, UN says this, but where are the proof and the evidence?
So continuing on the same point, are you saying the former leader didn't order deadly force against anti-government protesters?
Absolutely not, because it is not necessary. You have to look into our constitution. You have to look into the legal system. You don't need for the prime minister to give any order like this. This is just part of a propaganda. They have built this narrative. Because when there'll be a riot-like situation, you know how many police stations were attacked? More than 400 police stations were attacked during that time. They attacked all the key point installations like Bangladesh televisions, like the metro rail stations, like many of the government properties. In a situation like that, law enforcement agency, they'll have to definitely defend the public and private properties and the lives. And in that process, they know what is laid down in the law, how they are going to defend it, to what extent they can go, in what situation at the self-defense they can use the lethal weapon or not. So prime minister or any minister don't have to unnecessarily intervene and tell them, oh, this time you use a lethal weapon, this time you don't, because it is not possible also practically. Because the person who is dealing with the situation, a member of a law enforcement agency, he or she knows right at that moment what that person will have to do. And it is there in the constitution, the law. You don't have to do it. This is just a part of the bigger propaganda against Sheikh Hasina. And I can tell you, all the leaked video, audio clips that, they are claiming that she has ordered lethal weapon. This is also, they have distorted that. And I have the proof of it. I can tell you, she clearly said in some of our, conversation, Sheikh Hasina said that she is concerned about the security of the students. Then she clearly said that some of the people, protesters who are getting violent, needs to be arrested, right? So she is not asking for using the lethal weapon. But what are you going to do in India? For example, if some rioters or some jihadists and terrorists, they infiltrate in some kind of protest activities and then attack the police stations and try to kill the policemen. Your law is definitely there, but how the police is going to react, right? In the self-defense. So it is already there. So all those narratives were built. Those were all part of the meticulously designed plan, as Mr. Yunus himself mentioned, in the US in some platform. So this is what exactly happened, and it's all getting exposed now. It is coming out. People of the country is coming to know the truth.
So speaking of the case, do you think will Sheikh Hasina return to Bangladesh to contest her case in person if the verdict goes against her?
See, it's not about that. I mean, why she's going to go and contest, where the entire mechanism is a political mechanism. The prosecution to the judges to everyone is basically politically aligned people and linked with the political parties. And those were our opposition. Just think about it. 1971, when Bangladesh was fighting for its liberation, Jamaat-e-Islami, the Islamist political party, they collaborated with the Pakistani army and contributed to the killing of 3 million people and more than 200,000 rape and so many other crimes. That Jamaat-e-Islami, after the assassination of the father of the nation, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, the father of Sheikh Hasina, they got rehabilitated in Bangladesh. And the same Jamaat-e-Islami is now, after 5th August 2024, is captured all the administration. The same Jamaat-e-Islami and their prosecution team is now in the ICT. They are the party of the war criminals. And they're now prosecuting Sheikh Hasina, the daughter of the liberation hero of Bangladesh, Bangabandhu. Doesn't that tell you anything?
So finally, on to my last question. Do you believe Yunus is trying to hold on to power beyond February 2026?
Yes, this is what they're trying to do. Yunus government is trying to hold on to the power, they're empowering Jamaat-e-Islami, the Islamist force, and Yunus has some kind of arrangement with them. Either he stay as a power like this, or somehow he'll have to show the world that he's going to hold the election. He'll empower Jamaat-e-Islami, get them into power, and he'll be part of that power circle. So this is how they are doing it. just tell me one thing: how can election be free? A good election without having all the political parties participating in the election? As simple as that. During our time, all the elections were inclusive. We did not bar any political party to come and participate. Well, some political party chose not to participate. That was their choice. We cannot force anyone to come and participate. But what they're doing now is there's no inclusivity because they're forcing some political parties, include, of course, Awami League and Jatiya Party and many other, smaller parties, pro-71, pro-liberation, progressive political parties, they're barring them coming to participate in the election. So how it is going to be an election at all? It is not going to be an election. Yunus is just depending on the narrative. They're just building a narrative, false narrative, with some of their, the tools they use, some organizations, global and local, and they, have them to come out with some statements and create reference, and based on that, they create this camouflage of narrative, right?
And that was Mohammad Arafat, who is the former information minister in Sheikh Hasina's cabinet and central leader of the Bangladesh Awami League. So thank you for sharing your insights with Firstpost. Want the facts?
The latest developments?
News that gets straight to the point.
Well, we've got all three just for you. This is Firstpost Live, a brand new show, your window into what really matters.
Don't miss it.